Well, so thanks for joining us. We have to do the newspapers. And how are you?
I am doing well. It's a Tuesday. Gosh, it feels like a Thursday. Anybody tired?
Oh, Charlie. You can live now, but Charlie, how
could I be tired already? You know.
You can live now, but sometimes you get accustomed to the routine. Yeah. I need to take a leave.
I want to be a housewife.
You see, huh? I can imagine. Who will buy you your clothes?
I don't know.
In this day and age. This day and age. Well, so we have to do the newspapers.
Yeah, we have to do the newspapers.
And we have the Daily Graphic. Please start with the Daily Graphic.
All right,
when you finish, you add with Aisha Huang.
I think you're like one of the few people who were able to pronounce his name. Yeah. Yesterday there was a picture. She was apparently a guest at like an inaugural ceremony in the Ashanti region.
In Ghana?
Yeah, she's been
representing. In Ashanti region of Ghana?
She's been rapping. Yeah, like dignitary.
That's why yesterday I asked officials, that's Mr. Cranton of the Rotary, whether they didn't know the woman and they hadn't tried to sit at table with her before. And now she's disappointed them, and so now they are disappointed.
Well,
he says that's not the case. So
exactly.
We'll see how that goes.
Exactly. But there's one man, and I'm excited because we will get to speak to one man who was minister in the Ashanti region. He knows a lot, and we'll try and find out from him what he thinks about this campaign, what he did himself, and whether or not he thinks this will succeed. There are people who have their doubts, though, because this is not the first time, except that this is the first time that major media houses, in fact, I think it's all media houses in Ghana, are on board for this project. So Mr. Alexander Akom will be our guest later on this morning when we talk Galamsey with him. That will be like from 8 thereabout. But let's do the newspapers. I've got the Daily Graphic newspaper front page. Search for new CJ begins. And that conversation is coming up because we know that the Chief Justice herself indicated that she's stepping down. I think it's on June 8th. Yeah, she's been CJ for 10 years.
Yes. And I think that of course, we know how instrumental she's been in ensuring that we have a lot more reforms. Following her tenure, we've had judges, for example, punished for acts following that investigation.
Yeah.
And we've had special courts also set up within her period as the Chief Justice. And I should say that she's done creditably.
Yeah.
Creditably.
Yeah. Amazing personality. So yesterday it was the Finder. This morning is the Daily Graphic, and we've got 3 names. So Justice Enim Yeboah in contention. Also Justice Jones Doche, regional balance favors him, the paper says.
I know who it will go.
But there's a new face. We're not introduced to her yesterday. But Justice Sophia Kufu could spring a surprise, they say.
I'm tipping Justice Doche.
Yeah?
You know why? I'll tell you.
The regional balance thing?
No.
Okay, but we're told the president is to present his nominee to Parliament. And does it give a date? Let's go to page 3. It says, the race for the position of the 4th most powerful person in Ghana is on as the Chief Justice, Mrs. Justice Georgina Theodora Wood, retires next month. Okay. It doesn't say when the president is going to present the name to Parliament. That's what we're waiting to see. Also on the front page, government urged to initiate national dialogue on NHIS. Immigration Service investigates Chinese Galamsey kingpin. Roland's Enhua, a.k.a. Ashawa. Is on the front page of the Daily Graphic newspaper.
Ni hao.
Like I want to meet her. I want a one-on-one interview with her.
Yes, she's wild.
Back page of the Graphic. Stop speeding to curtail motor accidents. That's according to the National Road Safety Commission. You know a lot about speeding and accidents.
Yes, because
the tracks that are supposed to be towing vehicles that break down on the roads, the piloting is on, right?
Yes, it's on. The National Towing Project. Because I work for the Road Safety Management Services Limited, and with the collaboration with the National Road Safety Commission, the DVLA and the police, that should be on very soon.
Yeah.
You just have to pay a toll when you're going to do a renewal of your...
I think people are paying already. That thing, we have to talk about it.
Yeah, we will talk.
We have to talk about it. I don't think it's fair that everybody must pay.
Well, if you don't, for example, and we have to be realistic, a truck parked on the road and I run into it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm sure that I will not have my truck stopping on the road or my car stopping on the road for somebody to come and hit me.
But somebody else would do it. It's true.
So I nearly died, and that was 2 weeks
ago.
Thank God
for your life.
Good.
Yeah.
So I'll constantly be paying, but somebody's negligence will cost my life.
Yeah.
If the truck is not towed away.
Yeah.
And that's the problem that we talk about.
So what's the number? Is there like a number to call?
Yes, there's going
now?
to be a toll-free when we have the mass public education. Now we're doing stakeholder consultation.
So right now,
we're speaking to the GPRTU, the various transport organizations, for them to have a proper understanding and buying.
So if my vehicle is stuck,
right now,
there's no number to call?
There's still a number for you to call.
Okay. Pull the number out for me. We'll share it before we end the show.
It's just 0800 772 772. Or you can call the police short code 185555.
Wait, hang on. I don't want to call the police. The other number you gave.
0800 772 772.
Where will that go?
We'll go straight away to a call center.
Yeah? Yes. Not managed by the police.
They're managed both by the police and the stakeholders.
I'm going to try that on air live today. We'll see who answers the call and tries to solve our problem. But Roland has got the Daily Guide newspaper.
Well, so I have got the Daily Guide newspaper and just have to get onto the front page. And our sweet lady is on. Aisha Wan. I hear that
her
the
name
Chinese
is
name
actually
is
Anwa.
Let me see.
Anwa. Anwa.
Ah, Anwa. A.K.A. Aisha Wan.
Yeah.
Well, so we have on the front page of the Daily Guide, sex for Galamsey, Chinese kingpin busted in Kumasi with wild dogs. And then we have Roberts kills crab dealer in Tema. And that's, but let's know Mahama for 2020. According to a report that is suggesting, Charlie, today we have a lot to talk about. Wallah illallah. Yai. Vum yazo. And if you have a copy of the Daily Guide, you just have to go to page 2 of the paper. It says Aisha Wan, the apparently 31-year-old Chinese woman suspected to be Mama V. You're even older than her.
But is that hair? Is that hair? Like that's hair?
Yeah, she's cute. A Chinese woman suspected to be one of Ghana's most notorious illegal miners is again in the grips of the security service for allegedly flouting mining laws with impunity. When she was left off the hook in August last year after similar arrest, Aisha Wan, who has acquired local names Aisha and Ya Santua, was freed and her excavators that were seized by operatives of the National Security Release following an order by the Central Regional Security Council after a reported inclusive investigation into her alleged illegality activities. And the rearrest of the woman last Saturday came shortly after the arrest of 4 other Chinese nationals who confessed to working as illegal miners as Bipo Tenteng in the Amansia West district of the Ashanti region for Aisha Wan. And the Ghana Immigration Service said Aisha was a kingpin of a Chinese Galamsey gang, with other members being Gao Jing Cheng, who is 45, Lu Kingsheng, who is 39, Hai Bengal, who is 26, and Zhang Xinpeng, who is 23. Charlie, don't mind me about it. Eh? I'm just good at the pronunciation, that's all. And then we have other stories. It says, no Mahama for 2020. Mama, this one is interesting. Apparently, the Kwesi Botche's committee report has been leaked to the media. As for media people, you are bad at publishing some of these stories. And,
how about the person who brought it forward?
And it says Kwesi Botche committee's final report on the abysmal defeat of the NDC in the 2016 general election. Apparently, Mamavi is likely to create sharp divisions in the party. Already, we're told that the report has emphatically blamed President Mahama, the NDC leader then, for the party's defeat, with recommendation that he should not be allowed to lead the party in 2020.
But how do we know that this is actually contained in the reports?
Well, let me tell you. The report apparently is 67 pages. It's been stated here.
But
how would they know that it's 67 pages?
No, wait, but who said before that it's 67?
Well, this
Did any of the members of the committee say that it's 67?
It says that, which is yet to be made public but has already been leaked, states categorically that former President John Mahama, who was painted with brushes of alleged corruption by the then opposition MPP throughout his tenure, was a principal cause of the party's defeat in 2016 general elections. And, Mavi, this is interesting. But let me bring you another thing. For those of you who don't fall in love very well, this is a true story. You know, France has a new president, Emmanuel Macron. Macron, French of one. Charlie, the man is here.
Macron and his
15
wife?
years. So in Ghana, when you fall in love, 15-year boy, you'll be chased by dove suit. I tell you, problem will happen to you. It's an unusual, unusual romance.
Oh, but this is nice.
It says,
I mean,
Cinderella
the thing
Emmanuel
is,
Macron.
but the boy saw the woman and said he liked her.
Oh, this is
and
love.
Was going to do anything to get her, right?
Charlie, this is love.
So this is not like this is not sugar mommy kind of thing. This is the guy who knew what he wanted, spotted what he wanted, and went for it.
Gentlemen and ladies, it's been stated. It said Macron was 15 at the time, which is also incidentally the age of consent in France. So in France, if you are 15 years, you can marry. And the romance with his teacher, 25 years his senior, blossomed as the two worked together on adapting an Italian play by legendary playwright Eduardo Di Filippino, The Art of Comedy. Oh, my Lord.
Wait, no comedy here. Listen, every woman would like a guy who is daring, like you know what you want and you would do anything to get what you want. Yeah, I mean, doesn't matter if there's like a 70-year-old somewhere.
You know who I like?
No names. Let's do the final newspaper.
You know who I like? Oh, let me tell you.
No,
I don't
want to know. I don't want to know.
Otiko Jaba.
Let's do the final newspaper. Front page of the Finder. Okay, now let's do the Finder. Ghana has no reliable data on occupational health. Also evidence of success or fight against galamsey. Gold volumes plummets. PMMC revenue dips by 70%. 132,500 barrels of oil produced daily in first quarter. And Bukhari gives Bugri 48 hours to retract a defamatory comments. Roberts kills scrap dealer in broad daylight. That's another story there. But let's just go to page 4. Because this story peaked, if you like, yesterday. And we are here now. It says Upper East Regional Minister Roxin Bukhari has given Northern Regional Chairman of the New Patriotic Party, Daniel Bugri Nabu, 48 hours to retract and offer unconditional apology for defamatory comments on an Accra-based private radio station, which has been widely circulated. And here's a quote. We have firm instructions to, without further notice to you, and upon your failure, neglect, or refusal to fully satisfy our clients' demands, herein take out a suit and hold you, the platforms used, and those carelessly republishing liable for your said defamatory comments on quotes. That's a demand notice issued by lawyer Samson Ladi Ayenini of A Partners at Law. And the details of that, because this has been going back and forth, and we know that Mr. Nabu, Bugri Nabu, has also asked the gender minister, Otiko Jaba, to also retract and apologize for comments that she also made. So this is like kind of like going in circles, but some revelations that's been made, I don't know how they can take those comments back. Even comments made on a case that's ongoing in courts. Very surprising. Now the party wins power, Roland. And listen, when you win power, for the sake of the power that you've won, you're better off in power than out of power. So you just kind of like close as if you are friends, but really you're not. But for the sake of what you've gained, what you've suffered to gain for how many years, you throw it all out for this. It's like a piece of joke, isn't it? But the story continues. There are lots of stories in the final newspaper. And
let's see how the leadership of the MPP, especially the president who is the leader of the party currently, as they're in government,
well,
deals with this.
Two things. Yesterday I had the acting general secretary of the party say that nobody should comment on it, as in all other party people should not comment on this matter.
You think so?
He condemned, well, that won't happen. I mean, this is democracy.
You think Bugri Nabu doesn't have followers?
Yeah, I mean, he acknowledged that. And he did a little, he condemned a bit. He condemned some things that Otiko Jaba said, condemned a bit of the things that Bugri Nabu also said, kind of appreciated where they were all coming from, though. And then, apart from that, I think something else happened. I heard that the president had summoned the two. I don't know if that's like factual, but that's also another angle to the story. So we'll see. After all, Otiko Jaba is a minister of state, isn't it? So directly,
give me that paper. Please do the Ghanaian Times.
She is a responsibility of the president. He appointed her.
Well, true.
Yeah.
We'll see how the president tries to, you like Otiko, you like Bugri. Bugri was giving bribe, he brought the bribe back.
But Charlie,
so he helped in gaining publicity for the election. And Otiko too was very instrumental in mobilizing the mass.
But listen, there are so many questions.
I don't envy the president at all.
I get it. Even not touching on the things that are already in court. There was another, revelation that the president had written and appointed somebody to be doing the school feeding. I don't get it.
Yeah.
It's true.
You can't think far.
Yeah, because we know that the president doesn't do that. But this was also said. So, I don't know, man. We're still doing politics.
The politics
we're doing party politics, even when we're in power. Amazing. Let's do the Ghanaian Times newspaper. This is also like a movie, eh? Front page of the Ghanaian Times. Auctioneer lands in hot waters for flouting Auction Sales Act.
I've been looking for some auction cars, but I didn't get some. I didn't know they were selling some for 1,000.
And if you see that the guy is smiling on the front page of the paper, like seriously.
So
the vehicles were sold to the Ministry of Agric, the people there. And he got 7% of that. What work didn't he do? Because he didn't value the vehicles.
Got 7% of the sale?
Yes.
Oh, but the 1,000 you're losing.
Huh? No, this one, Charlie, the figure. Okay, let me just go to where's the story? Page 16. I'll give you the figure in a bit. Just wait for it. It's coming. Like you are an auctioneer. But there's a Ghana Auctioneers Association, and they want to sanction this gentleman who's on the front page of the paper. The figure is, how much did he make? 33,203 Ghana cedis as his 7% commission on the sale of the vehicles. You get it?
I get it.
So he sidestepped all the laws governing the proper disposal of government vehicles and disposed of the vehicles, mostly double cabin pickups, to the staff of the ministry and pocketed 33,203 Ghana cedis as a 7% commission on the sale of the vehicles. He's agreed, that I didn't use the prescribed, ways of disposing of the vehicles, and he's asking for forgiveness. But Charlie, the dude is smiling, man. He's smiling and asking for forgiveness. I don't know what you think about that. Leporua fumes at Galamsey Chiefs. That's also another headline. Then maritime dispute won't mar Ghana-Cote d'Ivoire relationship. President Akufo-Addo to Ouattara. President Akufo-Addo Ouattara pledge. We know that those two are great friends. So who knows? This whole issue of maritime whatever could just vanish. A back page of the Times. Hearts halt Wafa. Charlie. Okay. Kumasi fans commemorate May 9. Mediama thrash Elmina Sharks. The streets of Kumasi got busy on Saturday when a large number of people walked in remembrance of football fans that lost their lives on May 9, 2011. We'll have a conversation here on the show, but Roland has got another newspaper to run
I've
through.
got the Daily Dispatch newspaper. I just want to talk about trying to get the jigsaw puzzle right. On the front page of the Daily Dispatch newspaper, you have Miss Huang. Huang still there. And there are question marks for the other silhouette images we can find.
Bieja.
Apparently, we're told. Chinese sex for Galamsey blackmail. Sex videos to be released. Ghana for Memapa.
No, wait, hang on. Before you conclude, don't they give like the best massage or something?
Oh, my friend, just had him. Their massage. When you're going to buy a phone.
The last time I checked, I'm not sure Ghanaian women,
I didn't cry near you kind of
massage
sometimes I get disappointed.
Oh my God.
But we have other stories there.
Wait. On this issue, somebody posted something on Facebook. It says that the people who are featured in the video, if they were good, they shouldn't be worried because Ghanaians will hail them,
You think the video will ever be released?
If they are not yawa. Well, it depends on which side of the divide you fall, unfortunately. We'll probably see
but I love the guts of the woman. I mean, when they are giving you bribe and they are doing all the things, they offer you saying they record it. It means that next time, if you want to come back at them.
I hear even in normal interactions, when they want to,
do some negotiations,
do some backdoor thing, they would record the conversation no matter where. But listen, I'm not convinced that somebody from a different national would just come into our country and be
do
this bold and be doing these things.
Without
definitely she's acting on somebody's behalf. Yeah.
I think so too. So we have other story. Mary approached me over power deal. Emmanuel Chamantinga, who is a member of parliament for Ayawaso West Wagon. So we have a great interview. We have to talk about this as well. Okay, so
we'll end the hard court papers with the Business and Financial Times. Students' loan to go up by 50%, a maximum of 3,000 Ghana cedis accessible. Okay, that's the main headline there on the front page of the Business and Financial Times. Also, contractors owed 1.3 billion Ghana cedis. So apparently contractors engaged by government for the execution of various projects across the country are owed 1.3 billion Ghana cedis as of December 2016. The Parliamentary Select Committee on Works and Housing has revealed. We owe so much, apparently. Okay, that's it for the papers. We encourage you to go to the newspaper stands and buy the papers and read the stories and keep the papers. Let's do online.
So we have to do the online portals. We start with myjournline.com.
Yeah, that's in a bit. Did you listen to Sule Muntari as he spoke to the BBC? What do you think about him?
I think that he was himself. The bold Sule Muntari.
Yeah. I think he spoke well.
I think he always fought, some of the courses in the black side sector, but this one was the right course.
Yeah, and I think he should begin to make moves to leave the club. He doesn't deserve to be in that club, a club that doesn't stand up for you, even though he spoke very diplomatically when that question was posed.
I was surprised.
Yeah.
Let's
do myjoyonline.com quickly. Obama warned Trump about hiring Michael Flynn. This issue won't go away, but that's a Trump matter. Let's move on and talk about our own matters. Beer made from human urine being brewed in Denmark. It says, all in all, over 50,000 liters of human urine was used as an alternative to traditional animal manure or factory-made fertilizer products, the report said. And I know what our Ghanaian men are thinking. Never, ever, ever tofiaka. But for all you know, you've drank a bit of this beer already. So, Ministry of Food and Agriculture, cheap cars, auctioneer risk losing license. So that's the man. Arrest of powerful Chinese Galamsey woman. Blow by blow accounts. A harmless revelation on Joy FM's Newsfile program about how a powerful Chinese woman blackmailed Ghana's top politicians and security officers with sex tapes and videos she recorded has led to, and you can just click on the story and read the rest of the details. But Charlie, what is it with men and sex, eh?
Ask again.
And big men and sex. Like, seriously.
Our downfall is always sex.
All the things you've worked so hard
from
the integrity and everything.
From the biblical age to now. So
comes down to one thing.
Solomon.
Oh, Charlie.
Us.
Women are powerful.
Clinton.
Ibrahim Mahama is not indebted to us. According to Ghana Airports Company, the Ghana Airports Company Limited has refuted reports that engineers and planners owned by Ibrahim Mahama is indebted to it. Can we leave Ibrahim Mahama alone? I mean, I think we should just let him be. If he owes people and the people won't talk about it, it's not our business to be making all these allegations. There are companies in the midst of all these. He's one person, but who owes companies. Look, but there are human beings that he's employing. So if you think that you want to destroy him, you might end up, and it's not even you end up destroying families.
Who necessarily may not be supporting maybe an NDC or an NPP.
It's not fair. If he's indebted to a company, let the companies come out and say, and let them give him the plan as to how he's going to pay. And that's as far as it should end. We should stop making unnecessary speculations. That's just my thoughts, by the way.
No, but those are truthful thoughts.
Yeah.
Truthful thoughts.
Let him be. He's related to the president. And so what? 7,000 bodies buried beneath Mississippi University. The remains of at least 7,000 people may be buried beneath the University of Mississippi, officials estimate. Listen, this is America, isn't it? This is America. Don't be surprised if they pull down structures sitting on places where they think bodies are buried. This is not Africa.
They've started excavating, can't you see?
See?
America.
America.
Hey, our man, hashtag Bo Sulemontari. He took his boldness to Italy.
Listen, you can't
Not
play
easy.
in such places if you don't have an attitude like he does.
But he has.
Yeah.
He said, and if you listen or you watch the interview, he said, look, they never got the back of my skin. I was really just insulated against all their talk. But I felt the referee should have done something, and he didn't do it. And I just said.
And that was the point where he got angry and he decided to
Yeah,
walk off. He said, "You do it anytime, any
look,
day."
I've got lots of money in my bank account. Make me feel football, you cry, club, you cry, Dubai, cry.
I don't know. So I've been asking myself, why do we still want to play international football? Like, why do we want to play with clubs? Is it just the money or the exposure?
The money is good. You're a good footballer, and if the clubs or your football association hasn't established your league in such a way that you can make money, just like the way we have the North Africans and the South Africans do or have done, then you just have to go elsewhere and apply your trade.
Yeah.
Because it pays well elsewhere.
I can't stand it if,
for example,
I'm being discriminated against. Like,
I do understand. But
I can't. I can't stand it.
But people take a lot of, in quotes, nonsense to get what they want. So
Charlie. And the question was asked, is it just in football or is the society? And he said it's society, it's everywhere. But this is where he is. Football is where he is. And so he can begin to
I believe
to make
that
a change from football.
As black people, we also need to put things into perspective, because even in Africa, we discriminate against each other. It could be about your tribe, could be about whether you're an albino or not. We do a lot of things. For example, during the political era, when the campaigning is on, you could hear all sorts of things about one tribe or the other.
I get it, but the reality is we don't see each other on the streets or where we work and begin to discriminate.
It's still discriminatory.
But that's
still discrimination in
I think that form is different.
Better?
No, I'm not saying it's better. I'm saying it's different from racial discrimination. I don't know, All right, there are lots of stories on our sites. Okay, Professor Akosa's installation as Kwewu Abene chief illegal. That's according to Abetifi chief. This is also one of the things very much unfolding. Good news to students. That story also here. Student loan to go up by 50%, a maximum of 3,000 Ghana cedis accessible. What students don't remember when they're taking the loans is that you pay back. You pay back.
Okay, so
have you paid back your loan?
You
didn't take it?
I took it. The loan I took was...
But sadly, there are a lot of young people like yourself, myself, who took the loans, people guaranteed, and they haven't paid back.
Why?
And the bad news...
Why?
The bad news is
those who are suffering.
Exactly, because when they are retiring, and most of them are really old now, they're going to take those monies out. And you don't even have to pay...
Because they accrue with interest too.
Yeah. You don't even have to pay with cash. Once you're working, all you need to do is just go to SNIT, tell them, Charlie, what I have.
Did you take a loan?
No, I didn't. Just use it to offset.
I took a loan, so I just went there.
I think people should go and
my
pay.
contributions were used to offset the rest, and something remained, and I continued contributing.
Yeah, that's it.
I did a number over 10, I think over 15 years ago.
Yeah. Okay. Second revival coming to Commander Sugar Factory. Hey, Charlie. So this Commander Sugar Factory, okay, let me just read the story. The Akufo-Addo government has assured it will revive the Commander Sugar Factory shut down last year for reasons blamed on the former government's poor economic judgment. Should we have revived this factory? How much have we spent? In fact, did we make profits or we made a loss from reviving this factory? If it's not viable, why did we force ourselves? Just to make a statement? For 2 months, 3 months, and
we've
then
done that in the past. We repeated it the last time, and I know we're going to repeat it sometime. Well, so we have City FM. It says chief suspends mining activities in Talensi area, and our woman is on again. City FM. Chinese Galamsey woman has been arrested. Immigration Service invites Bugri Nabu over Adams Mahama murder claims, and that's from Amalaba.
Mr. Abraham Amalaba, my very good friend. Good morning to you.
Good morning. Anyway, Chinese Galamsey woman blackmailing big men for protection.
Charlie, let's not blame all of it on Aisha. I don't think Aisha or Asha or M1 is that M1. Powerful, M1. To take over, even invade like a concession that is not hers or anything like that. Yeah, it's easy for, maybe she's the face of whatever it is, and that's what we're blaming her for.
And one.
Okay, we're done. Let's do BBC, and then we'll run off. Benedict Owusu-Dankwa, a.k.a. Akwesi, is on standby. One of the men he looks up to, by the way, is Kwesi Nyantakyi, who is now, Charlie, very powerful. So the question I've been asking is, all the against talks about Kwesi Nyantakyi and everything, is it just like a few people doing it, or what? Because the man seemed to know the game, and he's played it so well.
He's a media sports journalist.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think so too.
And sometimes I think people just follow blindly a few people who just unnecessarily hate others, and they say things about them.
Yeah, but seriously, I think that our league could be better than it is.
But on the other hand, if he wasn't doing anything good,
he wouldn't have
just risen to this level.
Yeah, true.
I'm just saying.
I mean, he's achieved. I'm not saying that he's not achieved. I'm saying that our league could be better than it is. I'm not saying that he hasn't, because under his tenure, we've qualified for the World Cup, and how many times? 3 times? You know?
Yeah, but we're talking about the local league, right?
Yeah,
that's the local league we're talking about. We get it. But what's the quality of our own players? That's not the GFA to field players.
But if we have a proper football structure, then we'll produce the quality.
All right. Let's end with the BBC. Anxious wait for parents of freed girls. And this is the controversy. So these girls were exchanged for about, I think, 5 Boko Haram people, right, in Nigeria. And the first person they meet is the president, not their parents. So parents haven't met their children. See, that's the twists of this whole issue.
But already the president, we know, has traveled to the UK for some
they met him before he left.
Yeah, sure.
And yesterday I was listening to a report, and I was getting a bit worried, because these girls, some of them, yesterday we talked about it, have children, and probably may have fallen in love. Because as for love, dear Charlie, because you can fall in love with some wicked guy, and nobody would understand. So there was the reports also highlighted on the issue of trust with the communities where they're going back to. Would the people trust them? Would they fear that, you know, maybe they've been indoctrinated in such a way they may not be able to, you know, that, like, so many things. And I was getting really worried. I don't think
psychologically they're in the right place at all.
So the other question was, what was the help that was being given to them psychologically? You know, it's very scary.
Yeah, it is. It is, especially for young people, because they're not too old. I think some of them, the oldest, maybe they could be in the ranges of 19, 20, 21, you know. They've been captured since they were in their mid-teens. Well, we'll see how that goes. And we have to also have other stories there. But we have to...
Oh, this is the story. Nigerian president seeks treatment in the UK. Should he resign? Should he resign?
Right
I
now.
think yesterday, that was also one of the questions that was coming up. Should he resign? Should he tell himself that, listen, I am not well. I need time to treat myself? You know, like... Do you get it? Yeah, should there be like a way forward?
You mean, should he be honest with himself?
I don't know if honest is the word I would use, but should he come to the point that, listen, I am here.
If I look at my age.
Because I've gone to the UK. How long did he spend in the UK first time?
Like 2 months.
I mean, and even before this travel, he had missed cabinet meetings and several
prayers,
whatever
on Fridays, which usually would have been regular.
The other question is, how long is he going to spend in the UK?
Other public events.
Yeah.
It reminds me of Yaradua.
Yeah, and that's the fear. I think for a lot of Nigerians, that's the fear.
Hey.
That's the fear.
Yawa.
Yeah. Okay.
But
like somebody will say, mind your own business. Good morning to one of our brothers and sisters in Niger, Omo Niger. All right, we've got sports coming up.
Yeah, we've got sports coming up. And you know Chelsea, we're just...
Benedict Owusu-Dankwa comes up with sports. Forget Chelsea.
We'll be right back.